Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. I am Gloria Atta. Welcome. Political tension is rising in Rivers State after President Tinubu held confidential discussions with Governor Sim Fubara at the State House in Abuja. The meeting and engagement, which also had in attendance the governor of Ebonyi State, Francis Nwi Furu, came against the backdrop of escalating political friction in Rivers State and ongoing uncertainties regarding Fubara's standing within the People's Democratic Party, PDP. The session, which lasted for about 45 minutes, was held entirely behind closed doors, with no official details released on the agenda or outcomes. Governor Nwifuru's meeting, which also took place just before, similarly remained private, though it is believed to have addressed regional priorities such as infrastructure development and security concerns in the southeast. The timing of Fubara's engagement is particularly noteworthy following the high-profile defection of 17 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly loyal to Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike and led by Speaker Martin Ameule from the PDP to the All Progressives Congress, APC. This defection has dramatically altered the power dynamics in the state legislature, reducing PDP-aligned members supportive of Fubara to just 3. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Monday held a closed-door meeting with 6 governors of the All Progressives Congress, APC, at the presidential villa in Abuja. Although details of the discussion remain sketchy, the meeting is coming at a time when several national issues are demanding the ruling party's urgent attention. Our correspondent reports. The governors arrived at the State House around 3:30 p.m. and proceeded into a private meeting with the president. The discussion, which lasted for more than an hour, ended without any official briefing and undisclosed agenda. Those in attendance included Governor Umar Namadi, Jigawa State, Edo State Governor Monday Okpeolo, Ekiti State Governor Biodun Oyebanji, Kogi State Governor Usman Ododo, and Sokoto State Governor Aliyu Sokoto, and Kebbi State Governor Nasir Idris. The meeting comes at a time when Nigeria is contending with renewed security concerns, particularly in the northwest and north central, where incidents of banditry, kidnappings, and attacks on rural communities have intensified. The states represented include Kebbi, Sokoto, and Kogi State, who have witnessed a surge in abductions and assaults by criminal gangs in recent months. In response to rising insecurity, President Tinubu on November 26 declared a nationwide security emergency, directing the military, police, and intelligence agencies to accelerate recruitment, deploy more personnel, and reinforce protection around schools, farms, and places of worship. He also urged governors to strengthen local intelligence and early warning mechanisms. Monday's meeting follows last week's change of leadership at the country's defense ministry and the administration's renewed engagement with foreign partners for improved counter-terrorism support. Meanwhile, former senior special advisor to the president, Hakeem Baba Ahmed, has urged President Bola Tinubu to rethink remaining in office, saying stepping aside might be the best option for the country. Speaking on a national television program on Monday, Baba Ahmed said the president's 2.5 years in charge have not matched the promises made or the achievements often credited to him. He argued that official claims from the government do not reflect what Nigerians are facing daily. Baba Ahmed also criticized the president's approach to security, adding that late former President Buhari left a terrible security situation and Tinubu doesn't appear to have improved it. Rather, it appears that the president made it worse. He further suggested that Tinubu's age, his long-held ambition to become president, and having no further value to offer may be reasons for asking him to step aside. A disturbing development from Adamawa State, where a peaceful protest by Bachama women demanding protection from repeated attacks has ended in deadly violence. Eyewitnesses report that the demonstration held along the Waduko-Rigange-Tingo axis turned bloody after security operatives moved in to disperse the crowd. By the end of the confrontation, at least 11 women had been shot, with 7 confirmed dead on the spot.
God is going to vindicate us. Tension had been building for weeks across the Bachama communities following a series of violent attacks that residents say left them exposed, frightening and feeling abandoned. On Monday, hundreds of women took to the highway, blocking major routes as they demanded swift government intervention and stronger security presence. Witnesses maintained that the protests remained calm and coordinated while security agents arrived and attempted to forcefully clear the road. Moments later, gunfire rang out, and when the shooting stopped, 11 women lay on the ground, while some critically injured, others lifeless. 7 bodies were immediately transported to the General Hospital in Numan. A prominent community leader, Chief Agoso Bameyi, condemned the incident, describing it as a tragic and unnecessary aggression.
Last night, the conflict started again. Again, it was the Chobo community that attacked the Bachama community. And soldiers came in a bit late. And so the women in the community, the women of Lamude, came out to protest the fact that the soldiers were always coming late, and it also appeared to them from their analysis that the soldiers took sides. They were not happy to see the soldiers. They came out and blocked the road. And they were carrying leaves. Let me emphasize this, leaves. That was all they were holding. Nothing more than that. And unfortunately, at the end of it, soldiers opened fire on women. Nigerian women that they are supposed to protect, women that they are supposed to keep.
Meanwhile, additional security personnel have been deployed to the affected communities. However, the situation remains unclear whether full normalcy has been restored as of the time of filing these reports.
Now, Islamic cleric Sheikh Gumi has described the kidnapping of school children as a lesser evil compared to the killing of soldiers, insisting that Nigeria must negotiate with bandits to prevent greater bloodshed. Speaking in an interview with the BBC shared on Tuesday, Gumi said that while the abduction of minors is evil, it remains less grievous than murder, particularly in situations where kidnapped children are eventually released unharmed.
Saying that kidnapping children is a lesser evil than killing soldiers definitely is lesser. Not all evils are of the same parallel. So it's a lesser evil than like what happened in Kebbi. They abducted children and they were released. They didn't kill them. We need a robust army, a military strong, and it's holding the nation now. There's nothing holding this nation without the military. That's good. It should be equipped. It should be trained. It should be there and ready. But even the military is saying our role in this civil unrest, in this criminality is 25% kinetic. The rest is the government, the politics, the locals.
The statement came as more than 315 people, including 303 students and 12 teachers, were abducted in Niger State. On 7 December, the federal government announced the release of 100 students, while an earlier report confirmed the escape of 50 others just days after the kidnapping. Gumi also defended his stance that negotiating with bandits is unavoidable, describing engagement with them and other non-state actors as a practical strategy in securing peace and safety of lives, adding that everybody negotiates with bandits.
America had an office where they were negotiating with Taliban in Qatar. Everybody is negotiating with outlaws, non-state actors, everybody. So where do they get that knowledge from? We negotiate for peace and our strategic interests. If negotiation will bring stoppage of bloodshed, we do it. It was just in 2021. That's when I did a marathon trying to see if I can get as much as possible to get them together. But unfortunately, the government of that day is not keen about what we are doing. I mean, the federal government. The states were keen. The federal government was not keen. So they declared them terrorists. And since they are declared terrorists, we said, okay, we have disengaged completely from every contact with them.
Gumi revealed that his last direct meetings with bandit groups were in 2021, saying he made marathon efforts to bring various factions together, but the federal government at the time was not keen on the initiative. A disturbing viral video showing a man mixing a concentrated dye into a large bowl of palm oil has triggered nationwide outrage and renewed calls for stricter food safety enforcement. The clip, which surfaced online in late November, captures the individual boldly stirring the chemical into the oil to deepen its color, an act health experts warn could pose serious long-term health risks, including potential cancer. Meanwhile, medical professionals say the use of industrial dyes in food is extremely dangerous, stressing that consumers may unknowingly expose themselves to toxins capable of harming vital organs. Their concern is echoed even louder on social media, where Nigerians have condemned the video as a threat to public health and slow poisoning in the name of business. Many users say the obsession with intensely red palm oil is partly to blame, as vendors often resort to adulteration to meet consumer expectations. Amid the growing outrage, Nigerians are urging NAFDAC to urgently investigate the source of the video, track down the individual involved, and crack down on the rising trend of food adulteration. Citizens are demanding tougher surveillance in markets and harsher penalties for those endangering public health for profit. The video continues to circulate, heightening public anxiety and reinforcing calls for immediate regulatory action. And that's the news. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for watching. I am Gloria Atta. Bye for now.